Have you ever felt that one unexpected moment could completely rewrite the story of your life? Then don't look away now, because what you are about to hear is not an ordinary message. According to this message from Archangel Michael, someone with extraordinary influence, unimaginable wealth, and a heart that has been searching through a world of endless faces has somehow become connected to you. Not because of coincidence. Not because of luck. But because heaven has allowed your paths to begin moving toward one another. Before you dismiss these words, listen carefully. Archangel Michael says there is a reason you were guided to this exact message today. Out of millions of videos, thousands of voices, and countless distractions, something led you here. That is not something to ignore. He says the next 29 seconds represent a symbolic window, a reminder that opportunities often appear briefly before life moves forward again. Whether you embrace the message is your choice, but your attention in this moment matters. There is someone who has everything money can buy. Luxury homes. Private jets. Influence. Respect. Power. Yet despite possessing everything the world celebrates, there remains one thing this person has never been able to purchase. Peace. And according to this message, that missing piece is connected to someone whose value cannot be measured by wealth. You. Now you may be asking, how could someone so successful even notice me? Archangel Michael answers that question with surprising simplicity. Because heaven never measures people by their bank account. Heaven measures hearts. And while many people chase status, appearances, and temporary success, heaven notices humility, kindness, compassion, perseverance, and faith. There is something about your spirit that shines brighter than you realize. You have survived disappointments that nobody applauded. You have cried behind closed doors while pretending everything was fine. You have smiled for others while carrying invisible burdens. You have continued moving forward when giving up would have been easier. Heaven saw every one of those moments. Archangel Michael says those unseen victories have shaped a light around your life that certain people can sense without understanding why. That is why this story begins. Not with money. Not with romance. Not with luxury. But with purpose. Because purpose always comes before blessing. And blessings arrive in forms nobody expects. There is something Archangel Michael wants you to understand before this story continues. The person being described in this message may appear to have a life that others dream about, but appearances can hide deep loneliness. Success can fill a calendar, but it cannot always fill a heart. Wealth can build magnificent homes, but it cannot guarantee a place where someone truly feels understood. According to this message, this person's greatest search has never been for another business opportunity or another achievement. It has been for someone who brings genuine peace, honesty, and kindness into their life. Archangel Michael says that heaven often prepares two lives separately before allowing their paths to cross. During that preparation, both people experience seasons they do not fully understand. Perhaps you have wondered why certain relationships ended. Why some opportunities disappeared. Why doors closed just when they seemed ready to open. Why you felt delayed while others appeared to move ahead. This message suggests that delays are not always denials. Sometimes they are periods of preparation. Every disappointment taught you wisdom. Every setback strengthened your character. Every unanswered question increased your patience. The qualities formed during those difficult seasons cannot be bought, borrowed, or imitated. They are forged through experience. Archangel Michael says these qualities are more valuable than anything displayed on social media or measured by worldly success. There is another important truth. Do not allow excitement to replace discernment. No message, dream, or video can identify a specific person or guarantee that someone extraordinary is about to appear in your life. Real relationships grow through honesty, respect, wisdom, and time. They are not built on pressure or fear of missing out. Instead, let this message encourage you to become the kind of person who recognizes healthy opportunities when they arrive. Continue growing. Continue showing kindness. Continue walking with integrity. Continue choosing hope over bitterness. When your heart remains grounded in these values, you become ready for the people and opportunities that truly belong in your journey. Archangel Michael reminds you that your worth has never depended on another person's wealth, approval, or attention. Your value already exists because you were created with purpose. If someone eventually enters your life who appreciates your character, celebrates your dreams, and treats you with dignity, welcome that relationship with gratitude, but never believe your identity depends upon it. The greatest blessing is not finding someone who has everything. The greatest blessing is finding someone who recognizes the treasure already within you. Archangel Michael says confidence grows quietly. It does not need to announce itself. It does not compete. It does not chase validation. It simply continues becoming the person heaven designed it to be. And when the right opportunities arrive, whether friendships, relationships, or unexpected doors opening, you will be prepared to receive them with wisdom instead of fear. So today, do not focus on becoming impressive. Focus on becoming authentic. Because authenticity shines longer than appearances. Character lasts longer than popularity. And genuine love always begins with truth, patience, and mutual respect. Archangel Michael says there is one final lesson hidden inside this message that many people overlook because they become distracted by the promise of extraordinary circumstances. The lesson is this. The greatest miracle is not that someone important might notice you. The greatest miracle is becoming the person you were always created to be. Imagine for a moment that every disappointment you experienced was not wasted. Imagine that every closed door redirected you instead of defeating you. Imagine that every season of waiting quietly shaped your character in ways you could not yet see. According to this message, heaven is often working long before people recognize the results. Seeds grow beneath the soil before anyone sees a single leaf. The sunrise begins long before the first ray reaches the horizon. Preparation happens in silence. That is why Archangel Michael encourages you not to measure your life by what has not happened yet. Measure it by how much you have grown. Think about the version of yourself from several years ago. Would that person have handled today's challenges the same way? Probably not. You have become stronger, more patient, more understanding, more compassionate. Even when you felt like nothing was changing, something inside you was transforming. That inner transformation is the foundation upon which lasting blessings are built. Archangel Michael says there are people who chase wealth without wisdom, power without compassion, recognition without humility. Those pursuits often leave the heart empty. But when character comes first, every other blessing has a stronger foundation. This is why you should never compare your timeline with someone else's. Comparison steals gratitude. Gratitude strengthens hope. Hope fuels perseverance. And perseverance prepares you for opportunities you cannot yet imagine. Perhaps the person who eventually enters your life will surprise you. Perhaps the opportunity you've been praying for will arrive in an unexpected way. Perhaps the answer will not resemble the picture you created in your mind. Remain open. Remain wise. Remain grounded. No matter what blessings come into your future, remember that healthy relationships are built on honesty, mutual respect, trust, and shared values, not status, wealth, or appearances alone. Archangel Michael reminds you that true love never demands you abandon your dignity. True friendship never asks you to hide who you are. True purpose never requires fear to keep you moving. Instead, genuine blessings bring peace, clarity, and steady growth. So if today's message inspires you, let it inspire you to become more patient, more courageous, more forgiving, more grateful. Those qualities will serve you regardless of what tomorrow brings. And if one day someone remarkable crosses your path, whether wealthy or ordinary, let them discover the real treasure that cannot be purchased. Your kindness, your integrity, your resilience, your faith, your willingness to love without pretending to be someone else. According to this message, those are the qualities that endure long after money, titles, and temporary success fade. Archangel Michael leaves you with this encouragement. Walk into each new day expecting goodness, but remain anchored in wisdom. Welcome opportunities, but never surrender your discernment. Celebrate hope, but do not let hope become pressure. Your story is still being written. Your next chapter has not been revealed. And whatever tomorrow holds, let your greatest confidence come not from who may enter your life, but from the person you are becoming each day. Carry that truth with you. Let it strengthen your heart. Let it guide your decisions. And let it remind you that the brightest blessings are often the ones that first transform you from within before they ever change the circumstances around you. Archangel Michael says there is something happening behind the scenes that you cannot measure with your eyes. Every day, people believe that only what they can see is real. But heaven has always worked differently. Before the walls of Jericho fell, there was silence. Before David became king, there were years of waiting. Before the dawn arrives, the night always appears strongest. The same principle applies to your life. There are moments when nothing seems to be changing. You wake up. You work. You pray. You hope. You wonder whether anyone notices your efforts. Archangel Michael says heaven notices every faithful step, even when the world does not. Do not underestimate quiet seasons. Quiet seasons are often construction seasons. While you think nothing is happening, your character is becoming stronger. Your wisdom is becoming deeper. Your patience is becoming steadier. Your heart is becoming more prepared. Many people ask heaven for extraordinary blessings. Few ask heaven to prepare them to carry those blessings. Preparation always comes first. Imagine receiving everything you ever wanted before you were emotionally ready. Would it truly become a blessing? Or would it become another burden? That is why timing matters. Heaven's timing is not designed to frustrate you. It is designed to protect you. Archangel Michael says there are moments you called disappointments that were actually protection. There were conversations that ended because they were never meant to continue. There were opportunities that disappeared because they would have taken you away from your purpose. There were relationships that collapsed because they could not support the future you are growing toward. At the time, those moments felt painful. Looking back, many of them became unexpected gifts. One day, today's unanswered questions may become tomorrow's testimony. Until then, continue walking. Continue believing. Continue choosing kindness over bitterness. Because your response during difficult seasons reveals more about your future than your circumstances do. Archangel Michael says confidence should never come from possessions. It should come from knowing who you are. When you know your worth, you stop chasing people who cannot value you. You stop begging for attention. You stop measuring yourself against strangers. Instead, you begin living with quiet assurance. That quiet assurance is powerful. It attracts healthy relationships. It encourages meaningful conversations. It inspires trust. People notice authenticity. Not because it is loud, but because it is rare. In a world filled with performances, authenticity shines like light in darkness. If someone truly enters your life who appreciates your character, remember this. Never pretend to be someone you are not just to impress them. The right people do not need a performance. They value honesty. They respect integrity. They admire consistency. Archangel Michael says lasting relationships are not built on excitement alone. They are built one honest conversation at a time. One act of kindness at a time. One decision to forgive at a time. One moment of mutual respect at a time. That foundation lasts far longer than temporary attraction. There is another reminder you need to hear today. Do not become discouraged by the success you see around you. Everyone's journey unfolds differently. Some people bloom early. Others bloom later. Neither flower is less beautiful. Comparison has stolen joy from countless people. Gratitude restores it. Instead of asking why someone else received something first, ask yourself how much you have already been given. Perhaps you have people who genuinely care about you. Perhaps you have wisdom that only hardship could produce. Perhaps you have resilience that cannot be purchased. Those are treasures. Do not overlook them while chasing what you do not yet have. Archangel Michael says the richest life is not always the one with the largest bank account. It is the one filled with purpose, peace, faith, hope, generosity, love. These treasures cannot be lost through economic changes. They cannot be stolen. They cannot be destroyed by circumstances. Carry them with you every day. As this message comes toward its close, Archangel Michael leaves you with one final encouragement. Wake up tomorrow expecting opportunities, but do not fear if they arrive differently than you imagined. Welcome new people with wisdom. Treat everyone with dignity. Protect your peace. Stay humble during success. Remain faithful during waiting. And remember that your greatest value has never depended on another person's wealth, influence, or approval. Your value has always existed. Walk forward with confidence. Choose hope over fear. Choose truth over illusion. Choose kindness over resentment. Let every step you take reflect the person you are becoming. Because the most beautiful chapters of any life are not written by wealth alone. They are written by courage, character, faith, and the decision to keep moving forward, even when the ending has not yet been revealed. As this message continues, Archangel Michael invites you to shift your attention away from fear and toward wisdom. Many people spend their lives wondering whether they are enough. Enough for success. Enough for love. Enough for the future they dream about. But heaven asks a different question. Are you becoming the person you were created to be? That question changes everything. Because when your focus moves from chasing approval to developing character, your entire perspective begins to change. You stop living to impress. You begin living with purpose. Archangel Michael says that purpose gives strength during uncertain seasons. It reminds you that every challenge can teach something valuable. Every delay can build patience. Every disappointment can increase compassion. Nothing learned through perseverance is ever wasted. There will be moments when you feel tempted to compare your journey with someone else's. Resist that temptation. You cannot compare two lives that have different paths, different experiences, and different purposes. The timing of another person's success says nothing about your own future. Your story is unfolding one chapter at a time. Trust that process. Continue learning. Continue growing. Continue choosing honesty even when dishonesty seems easier. Continue choosing forgiveness even when resentment feels justified. Continue choosing hope even when circumstances seem uncertain. These decisions shape your future more than temporary emotions ever could. Archangel Michael reminds you that genuine confidence is quiet. It does not need constant praise. It does not demand attention. It simply remains steady because it is rooted in truth rather than appearances. If new opportunities come into your life, welcome them with gratitude. If new friendships begin, nurture them with sincerity. If a meaningful relationship develops, let it be built on trust, respect, kindness, and open communication. Healthy relationships are never sustained by fear or manipulation. They flourish through mutual care and understanding. Do not rush what needs time to grow. Some of the strongest trees become strong because they develop deep roots before reaching great heights. The same is true of people. Deep character supports lasting success. Archangel Michael encourages you to remember that every day offers a fresh opportunity to choose who you will become. You cannot change yesterday. You cannot control every detail of tomorrow. But you can choose today's actions. Choose gratitude. Choose integrity. Choose compassion. Choose courage. These choices may seem small, but over time they shape an extraordinary life. When discouragement whispers that nothing is changing, remember how quietly dawn arrives. The darkness does not disappear all at once. Light increases little by little. Hope often works the same way. One encouraging conversation. One wise decision. One act of kindness. One faithful step. Together they create a future that once seemed impossible. Archangel Michael leaves you with this final encouragement. Do not define your life by what you lack. Define it by the values you choose to live each day. Carry peace into every room you enter. Speak with kindness. Act with integrity. Remain humble in success. Remain faithful in difficulty. And wherever your journey leads, let your greatest treasure be a heart that continues to grow in wisdom, compassion, and hope. That is a wealth no circumstance can ever take away. And according to this message, those who build their lives upon these lasting qualities discover that the greatest blessings are not merely found in what they receive, but in the person they become along the way.